I'm Tredan Debellotte. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. Went to school in LA, and now my family lives in Portland. So I'm a West Coast boy through and through. I'm on assignment number 2. I started out in Kennesaw, and now I'm in Lovejoy Station down in Hampton, Georgia. My general manager, Evan, who's now an operator, mentioned, hey, Chick-fil-A has this cool leadership program. I said, yeah, Evan, that's great. I'm going to be a lawyer. I don't know why I thought I was going to be able to do it necessarily as a lawyer, but in a Chick-fil-A I knew I could do it. But I also wanted to strip kind of the foundation away outside of my bubble if I truly found fulfillment in that. And I have so far. I've been able to kind of recreate those things that I love so much and learn new things along the way. But yeah, I think the why was to see if I love the Chick-fil-A in Fremont, which I do. Dan, if you're watching, I love your store. But beyond that, I wanted to make sure that I love Chick-fil-A, not just in my area. One of the things I leaned on a lot was Paul's writing in 1 Corinthians. He just mentions, like, man, to speak to these people, I became like these people. To speak like these people, I learned what they did. What some people are receptive to isn't going to be what other people are receptive to. And so for me, getting to move from California to Georgia and then to South Atlanta, Georgia, you just get to see that there's a sense of humility in being a good leader. That means, man, I've done this before, but doing it with you is different. I've done this before, but teaching you is going to be a little different, and that's okay. Just figuring out what makes people more receptive to things is something I've gotten to practice here more. But yeah, I said typically I love coaching folks, but being in the trenches with them, and that just looks different to each team member. So there's like 2 kind of shout outs, and I don't even know if they'll ever see this, but Equilla and Denelda were 2 of the receptionists at the home office. And when I was feeling a little nervous my first day, their smiles were just able to diffuse kind of the angst that I was feeling. And it's something that stuck with me through all the transitions and all the different stops I've been at so far. And so when Denelda and Equilla just met everybody with a smile at the front door, for me it was kind of, it convicted me, like, hey, life's gonna be stressful sometimes. You don't have to pass it off to somebody else around you. Find something to be joyful about in the moment and share it with them. And so I think it also helped that Denelda's from where I'm from in California. So I came all the way to Georgia, and I was like, man, I'm all alone over here. And I felt God saying, like, no. You're going to be looked out for. Being a lot more organized was something that I've picked up, added to my arsenal. Just streamline, make more efficient what you're trying to do. I have a journal in the morning and a journal at night, which my mom was telling me for years, Mom, if you're watching this, I finally got a journal. But less for writing thoughts and more for, and what do I want to be true about today, or and what was true about today, just to kind of hold me accountable to, like, okay, the team doesn't know about what I'm thinking. The team sees what I'm doing. And so I think the cool part has been getting to figure out what it means to find God in different places that I just hadn't been forced to find Him before. So for me, you've seen it, but I've gone like nature walks and like runs. Like, hey y'all, I'm coming in at 9 today. I'm going on a run. Or I'm leaving early. I gotta get out and see nature. Keeping the faith strong means setting just a boundary and saying, hey, if I don't have joy in the moment, then I'm limiting my capacity to be a leader in the restaurant. So what does it mean to find it? 1, purposely setting those boundaries, and 2, getting out of the restaurant and saying, hey, let me refill before I try to accomplish anything else in the restaurant. Getting to see that when it's not the Trey show, when it's the God show and I'm just an extra person, you can kind of step back and see like all that's happened. I think working with other interim managers has helped me kind of get excited for, it's like, man, somebody just did something great. Fantastic, that's going to impact those people so much better. Man, I was able to do something, I had an idea, and it impacted people positively. Those things excite me, and there's no limit. There's not like oh, you can only do 4 great things each year. Me being in the program now, so far away from home, and seeing that people have been able to impact me, and I've been able to impact them. Has made me excited for the future of, hey, what kind of legacy can I continue building for myself? Yes, but Chick-fil-A, and more importantly, Jesus. And buy a journal. I was very good at journaling emotions and thoughts. But man, plan your week, plan your day. Obviously, the restaurant business is going to throw curveballs all the time at you, but what does it look like to honor the time you have and make sure you set time aside for certain things and say, no, no, I'm getting this done today. This I might be able to get done, and this probably isn't going to be a today thing. I used to be like, I'm going to do everything. It just wasn't sustainable. And I'm sorry, I'm going Jesus again, but the Bible route of like, man, Jesus loves you so much, he doesn't want you to stay where you're at. Whether it's the sanctification process someone believes in or just the 1% better every day that someone believes in, both of those are true. So for me, I think being a leader in motion is an understanding that, like, as a leader, you're never done. It's not like, man, I've maxed out. I won the Leader of the Year award. I'm done. Also, just an encouragement to bring somebody with you. It's like a leader in motion kind of implies to me that you're pulling other people along with you or motivating them to start moving. It's kind of cool to get bite-sized chunks. I was in Kennesaw for about a month and a half, and my job was to try to get leaders there to move. I can't do that while I'm sitting. Yeah, one of those. We'll crop it out later. The three that always rotate around. One is just my mentor John would always end phone calls with, work like you're working for the Lord. For me, it's more so it grounds me into, like, I'm not working for Trey. I love Chick-fil-A as a company. At the end of the day, I'm not working for Chick-fil-A. I got this name tag with my name and Chick-fil-A's name on it, but beyond that, I want people to know, like, wow, this kid acts different, he moves different, he speaks different, he cares for people different. Why? What's wrong with him? So I can point them back to Jesus. And I think Truett was a great example of that. Number two is my life verse, which is Proverbs 31:8, which I've tattooed on my arm. But it's just be a voice to the voiceless and all those abandoned or destitute. For me, it's just, once again, a reminder that me using my voice means nothing if I'm drowning out other people's voices. What does it look like to empower someone to tell their story or to pour into them? Along those lines, this one's not biblical, but just people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It's just a good phrase to keep with you in LDP. Like, you can know pathway in and out. You can know back office in and out. You can know front of house in and out. But if that team member doesn't think you care about them, that pathway knowledge is going to go in one ear and out the other. And I try to live life like that in the restaurant, out the restaurant. It's a fantastic opportunity to see what you're made of and where your gaps are. I think for me, in my home restaurant, it's incredibly difficult. You kind of settle into a role, and in LDP, there's no role settling. It's, oh, hey, I need to do this today. I need to be a mechanic today. Oh, wow, looks like I'm a plumber today. Oh, I'm breading. I know that one. Oh, no, I don't. I just got a big catering order. Keeps you on your toes, and in that, I think there's a humility that you grow in. If you're thinking about joining the program and you want to know if Chick-fil-A is for you, join the program. It's better to know on the front end that Chick-fil-A is or isn't for you than it is to get into the interview process for a location and be like, oh, wait, I didn't know this was what it was going to be. And I also think being able to care for communities is something you're going to have to do as an operator. So doing it in LDP, traveling, is a great opportunity to learn if that's what you want to do. But yeah.